Who are you? Who is it for? And what is your positioning? What kind of values or what kind of core values or pillars that you as a brand holds so the right kind of people get attracted towards your personal brand? Do you want to be working with people who really trust you and become your raving fans and you close on high ticket clients? Then this video is for you. Hey guys, I'm Sahas and I help real estate experts just like yourself to humanize their brands. So today I'm going to give you in fact 3-step formula which will help you to understand like how can you make raving fans out of your followers and get them to convert as high paying clients. If you like what I'm going to share with you and if you have liked any video that I've shared in the past and provided you any value, please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Okay, now let's get back. So today I'm going to talk about like how can you humanize your brand with 3-step formula which will get you high paying clients. But before that, you really have to understand it's really not about money. Whenever you're building a brand, your focus should not be on getting more money or that is the only thing that you care about. You really have to wrap your head around the fact that what is the problem that you're really trying to solve. Is it really a problem or you're just trying to position yourself as one of the journalists where you have to be really specific into kind of services that you provide. So think about like what is the real solution or what is the real problem that you are trying to solve with your personal brand or your brand. The first step to the formula is your brand soul foundation. Your brand soul foundation is so much important, guys. It's so much important because that is where the whole story, the narrative of your brand comes into the picture, because this brand soul foundation helps you to understand who are you, who is it for, and what is your positioning, what kind of values or what kind of core values or pillars that you as a brand holds so the right kind of people get attracted towards your personal brand. The brand soul foundation also talks about what do you really stand for, and this is such an important factor when you are considering to build your personal brand, that you have to have some kind of a foundation set up for what do you really stand for, what is your voice, who are you really speaking to. So these are the real factors when you have to consider while building your personal brand. The next step is, once you know that where do you want to position yourself, the next step out there is the emotional mapping. This is really very interesting because we as humans buy into stories more than actually buying into facts. Like, remember the last time when you went to a dealership and you bought a car and it had the best mileage in that category with power windows, great color, trunk space was brilliant, pretty good technological features and whatnot, right? You thought that you bought into the facts, which is why you bought that car, right? Wrong. The reason that you bought that car is because you bought the story behind that car, which made you to feel the desire, the emotions around it, and which is why you bought that car. So my point of giving you that example is because to make you understand that whenever we buy something, we don't buy out of facts, we buy it out of emotions. And emotions is somewhat related to the way that we tell stories to ourselves and like to define it with the logic which never exists. So coming back to the emotional mapping. Emotional mapping is such an important factor because when you are putting yourself out there as a personal brand, you have to really connect with your audience and tell them the story that you have gone through in your journey and what have you experienced, so that they can relate with that kind of a story and they can have an emotional connection with the story that you want to share and bring it into life so that they can live that story with you. So emotional mapping is actually getting them through those human emotions so that they understand the feelings behind whatever the kind of person that you are, the kind of brand you are, and they understand you, they connect with you on internal level. And also, like when you see somebody, when you hear a motivational speech by someone, the reason why you like that speech so much is because that gives you power, that makes an impact on your mind, which is why you start following that person. The same thing is with your personal brand as well. So you have to create an impact in somebody's life. And how do you do that? You have to bring value. You have to talk about mindset. You have to talk about something that makes an impact in their life, which motivates them to take an action. Before I tell you the third step, I want to also share with you guys that I also have a workshop which goes around every week when I help people to understand how can they humanize their brand. So this is just a kind of a snippet out of the workshop, and it is so much elaborated. I talk for more than 1.5 hours and I educate a lot of experts in understanding how can they humanize their brand. If you're really interested in looking at that, you can check out the link in the description. Okay, getting back onto the third step for the formula. The third step is messaging that connects. Whenever you are posting something on Instagram or Facebook, or whenever you are trying to connect with your audiences on any of the social media platforms, you have to create a true messaging that connects with their hearts. Now, what do I mean by that? So basically, you get your messaging, what you really need to be talking to your audience is by knowing your true values, your story, your pillars, and your mission. Once you have accomplished all these 4 pillars, all these 4 factors, your messaging will come out really strong, and that will help you connect with your audience in a most authentic way. By the way, this is so much overused word. By just saying authentic, I just don't feel like saying it so much so because it's so been overused. A lot of people have this notion about, oh, I'm just trying to be authentic. Really, what you need to be when you're building up a personal brand, you have to be consistent. Authentic has a different story altogether linked with it. Like when you see people talking about that they're authentic, it's so been overused. I'll give you an example. So just imagine if you're going to the dentist and you have especially taken a leave from your office or from your work, and you have a tooth surgery or something of that sort which needs immediate attention. So you're going there and dentist tells you, you know what, I don't feel like doing it today because I had a fight with my spouse. So I'm just trying to be authentic, by the way, because I don't want to be doing it. Otherwise, this is how it is. Well, at that moment of time, you would be like, no, just do the thing because this is the kind of promise that you made. So it's really important that a lot of people get out of the way by saying that they're authentic and not actually deliver on the promises that they made at the first place. So instead of saying that you are just trying to be authentic, you should be consistent and be persistent in delivering the promises that you promised at the first place. And this is what you should be really caring about. Guys, I hope you're liking the kind of content that I'm sharing on personal brand. If you think that there is something else that I can cover on the personal branding stuff, do let me know on the comment section and I'll make sure to make more content over that. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can also check out my website www.sahaschopra.com, and if you want to know more about myself. And please do subscribe to my channel if you find that I'm able to give you any value, and also share it with your friends. Stay tuned for the next video in the series. Till then, take care.